So here we are, my new very expensive Skylight. It's the Heki 3 Plus by Dometic. Arrived yesterday afternoon, and now let's open the box and see what's inside. Fingers crossed that everything's in one piece and everything's here. Strange. I thought that would have been stapled down. A few cracks on the polystyrene. Hopefully they've done their job. I think this is going to be a two-handed thing, so back with you in a second. Okay, so there she is, out of the box. Everything seems to be there and in good order. No visible damage. Well packaged. Protected. Looks good, should be for the price. And here's the box of bits. Nice thick manual there. Covers, screws, fixtures and fittings. Okay, so now into the motorhome and start taking out the old leaky one. Speak soon. Okay, so now we're back inside the vehicle, and as you can see, I've already taken the internal section off the roof. This is what you're left with, held on by these black retaining clips, which have now become perished. A lot of the fixtures have become perished and snapped off on mine. So to gain access to these, you have a series of these grills that simply clip around the edge of the frame. You just get your nail underneath and clip them off, and they're held on with these little plastic retaining clips here. A few of mine have become perished and brittle, and that's not a problem as you get replacements with the new item. So this actual frame is held on by screws into the top frame, into these black clips, and that's where my problem lies, I believe, because they've become brittle and cracked, so you're not getting the retention on the actual outer frame, which gives you your water seal. And as you can see here, a fine example is that one there. It's actually snapped off with the retaining screw still in place. Okay, as you can see, a bit yucky inside there, and this is where the water was coming in and pooling in these corners and then dripping over and into the motorhome. And I've still got towels down and one of the dog bowls trying to catch it, so it wasn't ideal. So we're kind of forced into this situation. Right, so now start undoing all these and hopefully getting all the sealant off on the outside. Take this one out and hopefully, fingers crossed, a straight replacement for the new one. See you in a bit. Sorry about the shaky camera work, it's a bit difficult with one hand. But as you can see, these are the retaining clips and they just slot into there, and there should be, as you can see in there, should be 2 of these. That one's broke off as per that one, and that I think is basically a result of the sunshine, old age, a 20-year-old van, and the plastic gets brittle, so you're left with no option really. I've tried tube and tube and tube of sealant on the outside, everything on the market, but unless you've got the retaining pressure off these clips, as you can see in there, only one, in there, only one. Without that downward pressure holding it firmly on the roof, I think you're onto a sticky wicket. Okay, onwards and upwards. Well, here we are out on the roof, or head through the skylight. As you can see, it's quite a disaster out here really. Not very good looking. We've got some pooling water, which doesn't help. I do try and put it up on the chocks and drain the water off when it's sat here, but yeah, I need to dry that off first, get a sponge, and then you can see what I've tried in the past, trying to patch it and seal it to no avail. And you see in here, just in here, where it just comes away, and then you get your water seepage into there. So it's old, time to come out, and hopefully that will sort out my issues. Fingers crossed. Back shortly. Well, here we are, almost off. Bit of a job. I did check the weather forecast and it said no rain today, but guess what? As soon as I release everything, it starts peeing down. Oh well, onwards and upwards. Hopefully it's just a passing shower. Fingers crossed, everybody. So here we are folks, it's out after that horrendous rain shower that we weren't supposed to be getting, but now it's forecast showers until 2 PM. It beggars belief how they can forecast global warming if they can't forecast 24 hours or even 12 hours ahead. But I'm committed now, so onwards and upwards. I'll just take you down and show you what the old Skylight looks like. 2 seconds. There she is, the old one, and as you can see, I think the seal had perished. You can see there's rust inside, so obviously there's water been pooling in there and there, basically all the way around. So I think that seal had seen better days. So now it's the mammoth task of getting off all the old sealant before I do a dry fit with the new item. Okay, back soon. Just to show you what I'm using to get the silicone off, it's one of these well, this one's Stanley, but it's a decorator scraper, wallpaper, etc. But it seems to be doing the job. Nice sharp blade on it. I use this for work anyway, as I'm a decorator, so it didn't cost me any more to go out and get something extra. Okay, see you when I've finished. So, following what can only be described as a biblical downpour, which has now flooded my motorhome, I've now managed to do a dry fit for the new Skylight. It seems to fit nicely. I need to take it out again, apply the silicone, and then pop it back in and get it clamped down before the next downpour. Oh, things you wish you'd never started. See you later. Right, so that's it in with the sealant. All the clips are in, just sitting there at the moment because it says to leave it for 10 minutes before tightening them down. So they're all fitting in there nicely, everyone with a screw. So I shall go around them once the 10 minutes is up. Time for a cup of tea, I think, and see you on the other side. Okay, so I'm just going round now, tightening everything up. And these are star screws, so you'll need your star attachment. Don't do like I did, assuming everything's a cross point screw. So I started off alternate corners, try and level everything out and not over tightening. I think that's where a lot of the problems stem from when they get brittle. So I'll just go around each one, just tweaking each one now, then I'll go pop the lid, go out and then see what's happening with the silicone on the outside, and start tidying that up, because no doubt it's oozed underneath as I've put the pressure on the screws. So fingers crossed. As you can see, blue sky now. Thank you. Bit late, but never mind. It is what it is. Okay, cheers then. Finally, we're ready to fit the internal section now. Firstly, we have to fit this hexagonal drive up onto the spline bit up here to receive the handle. Then once we've offered this up, we attach it using these screws here, all parts of the kit. Okay, as you can see, nice new blind and the fly screen all ready to go. Okay doke, back on the other side. Okay, so all the screws are in, nice and secure, and the last thing to do is dress it off using these little clips. Start here, and they just clip in like so, and then you just work your way around. Job so good. All nice and good. All good. And that, folks, has been quite a long and eventful day, considering the downpour we had just after we got the old one out. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it's helpful, and happy camping.